adventure, funny
for the
enough, they're
standard.
basically what they're going to do is they're going to cycle out some of the older adventures. So Curse of Naxxramas is first on the list to get cycled out to become null and void under the standard format. You can still use it in WoW's format, but in standard format it's being cycled out, which is going to be pretty much the core part of our discussion here tonight about this because that's the main thing that has everyone's panties in a bunch. So now
So
that
are
we
you telling
understand,
me Kel Facade is fired?
pretty much, pretty much, no more Kel'Thuzad, no more. We're going to get into that, like I said. So now that we've basically given a short synopsis of what the standard format is and the wild format is, let me hear you guys' thoughts on whether you think this is a good thing or a bad thing, and then we'll start getting into more detailed specifics of what this is going to be all about. Who wants to go first?
All right. I guess since I'm hearing this as news for me, here's my question is then, okay, does this also count for the not just the adventures, but let's say the cards you started out the game with,
Basic
like
and
the
classic cards.
default, yeah, are
No, those
those
are still going to be allowed. Those won't get cycled out because
mm,
essentially they're doing this primarily to appeal to newer players. So by default, newer players coming into the game are going to have pretty much have access to the basic and classic cards as they level up anyways. So they're leaving those in. They're trying to eliminate that big gap of card disparity between the new players and the older players that have been around longer. So as a new player coming into the game, you won't necessarily have to worry about getting the GVG expansion or the Curse of Naxxramas expansion because those are being cycled out. And then every year that they release a new expansion, they're going to cycle out the oldest expansion that's currently not going to be used essentially. The next year we're probably not going to be using BRM because that would be the next adventure to get cycled out.
Yo, Rip Emperor.
yeah. No more Emperor Thorson, but I have the power.
People are, like these changes are going these are these life changes. These are the type of things that make you wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night.
No, no, no. It's actually, I think it's interesting, and I think it's
I'm all
mostly
aboard.
positive.
I'm
It's
on
mostly
team
positive.
positivity.
Yeah, it's,
I'm all
um,
for anything that breathes new life into the game.
yeah, exactly.
Arena's staying the same though. They're not changing that.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Marina is still.
Well, from what I heard, I think they said Arena will still be
Arena
under the
and Law
wild
Player can
format.
have like the same card architecture.
Well, all right. From looking at it from what I'm hearing now, the part that bugs me about this is I remember saving up all my free coins to buy these adventures or to buy the packs. So I understand the tactics so you get new players in, and that's really the lifeblood of the game. But boy, so
Well,
competitive play, those.
two,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, two things to that in terms because you did spend your hard earned money or gold on
Time.
the adventures,
Hmm.
but two things. One, those cards can still be used in the wild
Yep.
version, and two, you'll now be able to dust them, so you can still get some dust. So
The only,
if for some reason you decide not to play
but the
wild
pro-
again, yeah, you can dust like lower theft, all those adventure.
Well,
You
I'm
can
not going to
able to
dust the
dust those.
gold versions that I crafted. That much I'm certain of. I'll dust the common, regular version, sure, but the gold ones are staying because you're going to need them one way or another if you end up playing wild format, I guess.
the problem
So
is like with Naxxramas is the new players coming in this year they won't be able to obtain the Naxxramas cards because they're not packs.
Yeah, if
You
they
can only
want them.
get the gold version.
Yeah,
You can't get the original version because the DLC is gonna be the expansion
gone.
on.
Yep.
So I guess been double dust for those zombie chows, mad scientists and stuff.
Again, no, it seems like Blizzard is trying to funnel most of us in the standard mode. So
Oh, verily, I for one almost feel like they noticed how much of a failure TGT expansion was, I know this is kind of their way of streamlining everyone into like, hey, you guys gonna play these fucking Inspire cards and you gonna fucking like it. So you better start thinking of some goddamn deck ideas to make this shit work.
Wasn't that much of a failure. I mean, Secret Power became a thing because of TGT, because of Mr. Challenger.
This is true.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
gone on record that majority of the pros have said outright that the Inspire mechanic is shit.
Well,
Yeah.
it's true. You can count on your one hand the amount of Inspire cards that are, where you could say, legit good.
I, for one, welcome the opportunity to put my Golden Nexus Sora champion in every fucking deck.
Nah, but we saw this from a mile away. We had the data where majority of decks just don't use the hero power that much.
Mhm.
Even handlocks that is somewhat centered around it, they just didn't use the hero power that much. So those
Yeah.
cards just weren't a big enough incentive to use it. Like,
It's true. It's true.
yeah, it just sucked.
Because I can count on my one hand that I experienced horrible death by Edward. What's it? Something Fizzlebang?
Wilfred Fizzlebang! That card is so fucking awesome. 0 mana Twisted Nether, bitches. That's all I'm going to say.
It's horribly slow.
Horribly slow.
Well, I mean, if you're like, I was messing around it when right before Arena Lock became such a huge thing. I was playing Wilfred Fizzlebang in a handlock deck when Rena Jackson just came out, and I was having fun with that shit. I got 0 mana Sylvanas, 0 mana Twisted Nether. Like, that shit saw so much value in matches that went on long, but obviously in a meta saturated with as much aggression and ruthless violence that these people are pushing, it's not going to see that much value.
The issue as well is if you're playing Unlock, you're able to tap with Wilfred. If you're able to safely tap, it means that you're probably gonna win that game already.
Yeah, it's basically over winning. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Wilfred is just icing on the cake.
We all about that Charlie Sheen life, bro. Winning.
But I
But
think
Mhm.
why this thing is mainly positive is really the rotation and getting new cards in the game, you know?
Very much so.
But they're also deleting decks completely. Like Mech Mage is not going to be a thing anymore. Since
Yeah,
they're
well,
getting rid of mechs.
Yeah, I'm a bit upset about that because I actually have a
So
all
as soon as
golden
you
neck
have a
deck.
golden-
Yeah, I'm a bit upset about that, but I'm like, you know what? It's all good. They're good. I'll still play Wilds occasionally, and I may end up in a Wilds tournament. So hey, by all means.
I think what they'll do, they'll probably replace the mech tribe with another tribe. So
They
I'm
might
not
need
sure if
to.
it will be mage.
Because that's going to be a concern because you take away
Yeah.
an entire deck
Yeah.
archetype
Yeah, you take
and
away
make
the
it
tribe,
completely unplayable for standard, so you have to replace it with something.
they're probably gonna give us pirates or something like that to replace it.
I would
They
be
might
happy.
force
I would get
pirates to
hype.
work.
I would get hype for that shit. I would so get hype for that shit, yo.
What's your thought of them taking out esports completely with Unstable Portals being removed?
Ah.
That's a big impact card that can win games. By
Yeah,
itself.
I welcome the removal of cards like that.
High Templar is not a fan of RNG.
Yeah, I am not a fan.
I
like
put my faith in the Lord of the Light, and He blesses and keeps us with the
Wait, but
RNG.
now think about it. If they're phasing out, that means Secret Palace days are numbered. I can imagine people counting down the days when it's going.
Yeah, it will get a big hit, but it depends. If Blizzard decides to give Paladins
More
another
secrets.
secret, yeah, like because Avenge is going, but
Avenge is gone. You got Shield Mini Bots gone. You got Haunted Creepers gone. You got Mustard gone.
Chaotic Shredder gone. Belcher gone.
Belchers.
We're not getting into that. That's another part of the discussion. Damn it. Stop listing shit out. Alright, so now that we have everybody's impressions, the next big thing that I want to just touch on, more deck slots. Hey, we just got a follow. Coding, thanks so much for the follow. Don't let your dreams be dreams, yo.
Yesterday, you
I
said
think that's the
tomorrow.
best news.
the red
I
X.
think
Do it!
more deck slots.
Yes, so we're getting 18 deck slots now instead of 9.
Finally.
Primarily due to the fact I think that they're implementing this new thing and you'd need to have separate decks for your standard versus your wilds format. So it was kind of a necessity. They couldn't put off giving us more deck slots.
Oh, just to clarify, so when they're having official Hearthstone tournaments at BlizzCon, there it's not
Standard
going to be
format.
wilds. It's going to
Standard
be this
format.
new standard.
BlizzCon tournaments are going forward. All official BlizzCon tournaments, all official tournaments, anything that is official is to be run under standard format. Anything to deal with points to be awarded for BlizzCon or such can only be from a standard format. Ranking up to get legend for the season to get points from that has to be done from standard format. They're completely saturatedly pushing standard format.
Question: with the new casual format coming out, do you still build a deck with 30 cards, or does it draft 30 cards, kind of like arena style, before you go in a match every time?
Well, the thing is, based on how they say it for the different formats, you have I can't remember the exact wording they use, but there's some form of option on the menu screen where you click it and you gain access to just the cards that are under the standard format, so you can draft your deck. And in the wild format, you just automatically have access to everything to draft your deck. So then also when you go into queuing into a match with the standard format, you'll only get matched against people that are running standard decks.
And are you gonna have the same standard deck that you draft every match, or is it gonna be a different deck type every time you get in a match?
Well, it depends on the deck that you choose when you go into a match. Because it's like the exact same setup as how it is now. It's just like you click play, you go into play ranked, and I guess it'll like ask you if you want to play. Well, not ask you, but you select if you want to play a standard or a wild format match, and then based on that, you choose your deck that you have pop up that meets the requirements of the format, and then you click play, and you get queued up against somebody that's running the same type of deck.
Well, all right. No, I'm putting on bright side mode now. Looking on it, as you said, if you have a ton of big cards, they'll be. If you don't have the nostalgia thing, you can disenchant quite a bit. But we know the disenchant exchange rate is robbery, like Jamaican exchange rate.
Well, they said they're going to return full card value for stuff starting out. Like they normally do whenever stuff gets nerfed. They normally give you back the full value. So I'm going to assume that cards that are cycled out, like Dr. Boom specifically, you're going to get full dischant.
I'm gonna have
Well,
so
I
much
saw
gold.
a post about it.
I'm gonna have so much dust because I have Golden Mad Scientist, Chows, Doctor Boom, Belchers, Lothip. I'm gonna have so much dust.
I'm honestly tempted to disenchant those golden cards now, but it goes against my principles about disenchanting golden cards.
Well, I'm definitely torn on it, but I do see the advantages because the game will always be fresh, which was always
Exactly.
I'm
Fuck the meta.
No, I'm 100% on the standard. So I'm gonna trash every single thing that's not standard. Yeah, I'm just gonna trash.
I feel like Handlocks is going to be an increase in popularity because they really didn't take out anything. The only things they took out, kind of crucial, was like Dark Bomb, I guess Mal'Ganis, and like Implosion. Other than that, it's
Well, if we want to go that road, druids are the least touched by far. Like
Well,
druid.
funny you should say that.
Yeah.
Because you're not the only one that has been saying it, and there are rumors spreading around the dev department at Blizzard that they are going to nerf the holy shit out of Druid because
there's
both
no doubt about
Force of Nature and Savage Roar are not going to ever get cycled out, so they have to make certain changes.
and
where
Fel
that's
Reaver is
concerned.
going to be removed, so it's going to destroy Aggro Druid because that's a big crucial card.
Bye bye mix.
Yeah.
Well, I applaud Blizzard for their bravery. It's a brave move because
Oh yeah.
this could backfire horribly.
I don't see how.
No, I
Yeah.
mean as far as card games go, I've never heard of a card game that said, "Hey guys, remember all that shit you used to have? Fuck that, no more."
Well, you see, the thing is, and we were having a very good discussion about this today on Noxious's stream, is that as per most type of games like this, casual gamer is where most of the money comes from. And
Mhm.
casual gamers don't give a rat's ass about how this will affect the competitive scene. They're just pretty much damn happy that they get to like get new shit and not have to deal with all the same bullshit that they're already losing to. And they stand a better, somewhat of a better chance now because the gap between the card collections is at least a little bit smaller now.
I
But
also
you
feel
know as good as me, as anybody else here knows, that is an illusion. The
Yeah.
casual gamer is always going to get his ass
And
kicked.
and that's all he wants. He wants the illusion of knowing that he stands a chance. He doesn't want to go into every match and get blown out with no lube in the ass from Secret Paladin or Face Hunter or Patron or whatever new meta cancerous piece of shit comes along.
For instance,
Aggro
don't
Shaman.
use
Exactly.
any deck.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned Agra Shaman is another deck that really didn't get touched.
Yeah, they only lost Crackle.
Yeah, it's going to be painful. I can tell you that. That's the new face on top. That's gonna be so.
As with all things in life, change is inevitable.
Yeah. But definitely, on the druid is gonna see some nerfs. There's no doubt about it.
So you
Because
tell
druid,
me I won't get no Sea Naga blow the shit up druid anymore?
possibly, but when you think about it, it's long coming because druid is one of the few classes that hasn't changed much since
Yep.
classic.
This
Yeah,
is
since the last round of nerfs in beta when they pretty much killed spell power druid when they
Mhm.
nerfed savagery and all of that jazz. They have touched druid since then, and it has been the same druid deck. Like the only thing that changed was shade when Nax came out and
Mhm.
shade went in as the three mana
trash pasture.
Shade. And I mean, if we lose shade, we just drop in a mounted raptor, and it's pretty much the same deck.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's gonna get hit.
You
It's
lose
just
one sticky minion and you still get another one anyway, so
it's just how
Alright.
hard.
Alright, just to refresh my memory, what we're losing first exactly?
we
Okay.
soon get into what cards are being lost. Just hold your
So,
horses,
but-
bruh. Hold
I
your
know,
horses,
I-
bruh.
I'm bracing myself for the
Bruh. Bruh.
I'm crossing my fingers that
No,
they
definitely,
change.
definitely, Nax is going to be the bigger damage.
Earth. Yep. This is
There's
true.
some very nice Nax cards that weren't overpowered, but they were fun. There's a couple of them we'll miss.
Alright.
Sludge Belter.
So
Yeah.
hold on. We're gonna get. Did I not just say hold your horses, bruh?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, like I was trying to get into, I'm like you can see on the Twitch stream if you're looking at it, I have up this nice little article that basically highlights the 20 most important cards that will be removed from Hearthstone.
Take a look. Because
So-
I have my own list right here.
First up on the list, we have the taunt that we all love to play, Sludge Belcher.
My tummy hurts.
Oh.
Now, according to this article, it says without a doubt the biggest loss from Standard is Sludge Belcher, the Mac Daddy of taunt minions.
That's debatable.
That's what, and this is why we're here. We're going to talk about these cards and what it will mean to the meta now that they're gone. So, let me hear all your thoughts on Sludge Belcher. Do you agree that it is the biggest loss? Don't need to hear what you think is the biggest loss. I just need to know if you agree or not.
No, I don't
It
think it's
is-
the biggest loss.
Alright, that's one
It's
for
not the
no.
biggest. It's not the biggest.
I
It's
Hemper,
like
okay, that's
huge
another
loss.
one.
Yes. I agree with him. It's a huge loss. So
Alright.
we lost our right
Oh,
arm.
So
it's
we're-
a big
we're-
loss,
we're-
but
we're-
it's not the biggest.
Alright, so we're all on the same boat. That's definitely not the biggest loss. So, according to the article, this card will most be missed in mid-range paladin, handlock, and control warrior, which I guess is a fair assumption.
Get Sunwalkers making a comeback.
Indeed. Yo, I be running them abominations, bro. I be about that life.
Gosh.
Alright, so Sludge Belcher out of the way. Next card on the chopping board is good old everyone's favorite 4-drop, the piloted shredder.
No, I personally I hate shredders. I don't like to run them. I don't run them.
You just have bad RNG. You always get Doomsayers
No,
after
no,
that
no,
shit.
no, no, no. It's not the Shredder. I have perfect alternatives for Shredder.
Mhm.
Well, I have a problem with Shredder because of how strong it was, and it pretty much forced you into running that as a 4 drop. So
It
You
was a
just
see,
very hard card to ignore.
yeah, it was very stupid. So
According
it
to the
was
article,
it
they
was
say another insanely powerful Death Rattle card bites the dust. Despite occasional maddening Doomsayer drops, Shredder was so good that it was running pretty much any deck that wanted to play a 4 mana creature, which is basically the same thing that we were saying.
no,
yeah,
it's true because think about it. Like, let's say, damn, I need some 4 drops. I don't know what. Eh. You put in pilot to shredder, and then everything worked.
Pretty much. Shit
It was
plays
very
on
sticky.
curve.
It was
Sticky,
very
exactly.
sticky
You
minion.
always get a minion. Well, pretty much almost always get a minion out of it.
Unless it's
Because
Silence.
all right, like the cheap version the druid has, which was the raptor, which
Yep.
just came out the other day. You could fight that because when you killed it by that turn, you usually had something to kill the other thing. But like turn 4, there are situations where you would be pretty much in a rough spot, and then you could coin it out on turn 3, which would made it extremely annoying.
yeah, and not only that, a 2 mana minion is significantly better than a 1 mana minion. So whereas Mounted Raptor is pretty good, the fact that it pops out at 1 mana
Mm-hmm.
is manageable somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many good 2 mana minions stat wise as well that Shredder
That
was
could counter that.
yeah,
Right.
Shredder was very annoying. And I'm
Yep.
glad good riddance.
Indeed, indeed. Trust me, priest players rejoice when they hear that this four attack minion will be no more. Cause we hate that. We hate 4 attack minions.
But
Moving on to the next card.
you didn't speak much about Belcher in that why we're gonna miss it that much.
Oh no, we're going
It's
to
not
come back through this. I'm just
okay.
glossing over the list now.
Oh yeah,
Cause I
so
know you guys still have your own what
Mhm.
you think is the best and the worst and all of that. So we're just glossing over the list and then you guys can go ham. Alright, so next card, Death's Bite. Death's Bite ability to clear out a 4 health minion on the turn you play it, and then a 5 health minion the next following turn, plus whatever 1 health crap is on the board, makes it the best value weapon in the game. This weapon, losing it is a crippling blow to Warrior, I feel, but Warrior has other weapon alternatives.
It's just also it's the death row that's really effective
Yeah.
in it.
One
Because
more,
like
one more nerf to Patron.
not
Yeah,
just
man.
Patron, you use it against like aggro's have a lot of 1 health creatures, so it's really good at clearing boards with that. Just with
True.
And the fact that you could get armor and card draw from it,
Mm-hmm.
it was just so good.
with acolytes, with armor smiths, exactly.
Y'all better start running whirlwinds and revenges.
And I
So
think
mhm.
yeah, Warriors started to use it as a crutch. Like we just throw it in, 'cause it was that.
And they and also use it as activators for Grimoire.
Yep.
Yep. So
I was
it's a
waiting on
huge,
somebody to mention that.
it's a huge loss.
It's a very huge loss.
Well, on the bright side, with the death of that particular weapon, we can have another little video where, where I thought we stabbing with the death of Patron when they removed the Warsong commander. No, they took away the gun too.
Rest
So,
in peace.
but the other thing it actually nerfs, which is I find a particularly annoying deck, was the Fatigue Warrior. Fatigue Warrior is going to be way less effective, more than people would think, with the removal of that weapon.
They still have gore hells.
They
Yeah.
do have no, but the death rattle mechanic is what gave them most of their armor for free. Oh, we shouldn't say free, but
Well,
help them.
we
Yeah.
have just the car now, so armor gain isn't exactly that much of
No,
a
no,
thing
I
that's
mean,
hard
I
to
think
get.
people are underestimating how much that thing really helped in the armor gain. Because
But
remember, they usually
I would
start
say in
armoring up
Control
on.
Warrior, I would agree with you for Control Warrior. But for Fatigue Warrior, most times you're not really putting anything on board. Most Fatigue Warriors I know don't even run Armor Smith. Because most of your armor comes from either Shield Maiden, Shield Block, Bash, or your
That's
Justicar.
They're
So
better off running Doomslayers.
exactly. So I'll agree with you on the Control Warrior side of things that yes,
And-
the death bar rattle off of it does help with the armor gain, but
and
not
with
so much.
Patron a lot.
Yeah, that's why I said it's definitely another nerf to Patreon because that's one less well, 2 less bit of whirling effects you can get off your patron. And now that you lost Death Bite, that's like you said, like you mentioned before, that's one less activator for Gramash when you
And
need
not
it.
and also not just patron, but also Berserkian Frother. Because if you have a lot of one health minions on the other side, it buffs it up also.
Yeah, that kills that pretty
Yeah,
much dead too.
I think a warrior main would say that this is the biggest loss
Yep.
by far because the fact that it hits on 4, it removes a 4 health, and then it goes on to hit on 5.
And
I
remove
remove
a
a
5
5.
health.
Yeah, it smooths out your curve while you're still able to play minions. It was ridiculous.
This is true. Alright, moving on to the next card. We got everyone's favorite heal bot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
screw
like
that.
dying? Don't
Screw
like
that.
dying? Antique Healbot is your go-to guy. Much like Belcher, Healbot was an absolutely key
Yeah.
tool in decks which needed to stall out the game in order to either outvalue aggro opponents with higher quality cards or to buy time in order to draw into a lethal combo. This card will mostly be missed in Freeze Mage, Anyfin Paladin, and Handlock.
Funny
That card
enough,
needed to go. I'm glad. Screw that. Back to the junkie. That's all I have to say.
you can play Freeze Mage without Healbot, honestly.
Indeed, you
Right,
can.
that's true.
Because
Yeah.
you still have IAS barriers.
Yeah, Paladin is definitely gonna miss. Any Paladin that aims to go past the mid game is gonna miss.
Anyfin, Paladin,
Mid-range Paladin is gonna
mid-range Paladin.
I think both Belcher and Healbot, I think the new card collection has to find a way to give us an alternative to deal with other, or it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Reno Lock's gonna miss it with the brand combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mill Rogue is going to miss it. It's gonna
Oh,
miss it
gang it like
hard.
Just ganging up Healbots if you need it against aggro.
That shit is no more. You better gang them Earth and Farseers.
No, I'm saying also your
All
favorite-
fatigue decks are going to lose out because this card is gone now.
I was about to say they also took a tree of life, so there goes Mill Druid.
Yeah. Sad boys. Sad boys. Thank God for healing touches though.
You gonna do Mill Shaman?
Mill Shaman, did I run? I can't remember if I ran Healbot in it. I don't think I did.
Really?
Because I had what's its face, Healing Wave. 14 health is way more than than 8, bro.
8 is more than 0. So it's never bad to run it.
This is also true. Alright, moving on to the next card. Everybody's favorite 7-drop, Dr. GG himself.
Screw this card.
That card needed to go.
So according to the article, not much more needs to be said about good Dr. 7 other than he is the #1 ranked card in our list for best legendary cards, and a lot of players will be glad to see him gone.
Just the tempo swing of this card in the stats wise, it's a 7 mana, and it summons 2 1/1 boom bots, which can do 1 to 4 damage randomly to your opponent. That's just so much tempo value. Swing.
True.
I think as Trump would say, nothing but value. Too much value, maybe.
That's that value tone, bruh. And according to the article, this card will be most missed in every fucking Hearthstone ladder deck.
Freeze Mage doesn't run it.
Oh god. Priceless.
But good riddance.
I'm gonna say, okay, replacement for Dr. Boom, a War Golem and 2 Wisp.
This is true. That was always the ghetto swag replacement if you didn't have a Dr. Boom back in the day.
That's the replacement.
Alright.
Let's see more Trogzar now.
Trogzor. Oh god, I might need to resurrect my Trog
No,
deck.
we're gonna see more Ragnaros.
Yeah, definitely.
Good old Raggy.
Legend before Dr. Wu.
So it's classic legendaries that get to say though.
More or less.
Yes, Alexstrasza, Jiraxis, yeah.
Alright, so we're moving on to the next card. I hate this card so much, I will not miss it, but I appreciated the value of it. Good old Zombie Chow. Bang goes another potent anti-aggro tool.
Yo, this card was so good.
Yeah, that's a tough one to lose. I feel bad about that one.
This card will be most missed in mid-range Paladin, mid-range Shaman, JK, and Control Priest.
And Reno Luck.
And Reno. Well, I didn't run it in my Reno luck. Fuck that shit.
What?
Yeah,
You crazy?
I was like, in a deck of one-offs of 30 cards, should I really run this damn card?
What'd you
Like,
run instead?
fuck this shit.
Would you put a Flame Imp?
I think at one point I was running Flame Imp because of synergy off Void
and
Caller.
and Molten Giants also.
Exactly.
Molten Giants.
So it's like I didn't really feel like giving my opponent 5 health, and I figured early game I should be tapping anyways, so I just didn't run it.
But with Zombie Child, it's not really the factor of the death row that's important. It's the thing. Its stats are so good for one drop. It's used to trade your opponent's early minions off.
This is very true.
Yep.
Which is why I said I respect and appreciate its value.
And
I
I'm
just
saying,
hated it.
I was saying, right, as a priest player, don't you like Zombie Childs with Soul Priest synergy?
That is the only
I was
use.
say.
Only use of that card, and it's so hard for you to get that combo out sometimes because as soon as you put that shit out, they let it stay for a while, and as soon as they feel like their health is like right where they can get maximum value off the zombie show, they kill it. Or as soon as they see that, oh shit, turn 4 is coming up, he might have Akinite, let me kill this shit.
No, but then it already did its job. It saved you. It got you to turn 4.
Well, this is also true, I guess. That's why I said I appreciate its value, just never like the motherfucker.
Because what I say, turn 1, you can do Zombie Child, Coin, Power Word Shield. It's a 2/5 turn 1.
Yep.
The thing
then
that most
probably
priest players started doing since the latest release was that they subbed out Zombie Chow for Injured Cadaver, and then they just play Injured Cadaver on turn 1, and then turn 2 they just heal it, or Narchire Coin heal it, or buff it up with Power Word Shield or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it's a better card even though the hitting itself is a bit much, but it's more effective.
no, I'd say injured is inferior because it's less consistent. Because when you play the Zicho, you're guaranteed that 2/3 body, which allows you to Nartshire and get the card draw.
But you can also not. You can also if the person doesn't play anything, which is what most people do once they say a priest put something out, cause they don't want them to get the heal draw. Then you
the
have
difference is
you have
you
something
have
there. It injures itself where you can either, cause I've seen people like Zayla, who is a priest main, do this shit all the time, where they either lighter the Naruto and heal it, or they play circular healing and heal it, and they get guaranteed draw, and there's like nothing you can do to stop them getting that draw.
Yeah, but you
Right.
need cards to combo with it. Whereas Zombicho, because with injured, if you don't have a card to heal it, you have to spend the 2 mana on turn 2 to heal it.
This is
Whereas
true.
the Zombicho, you don't need to spend the 2 mana. You can use it on a card.
Yeah, but
That's the
that's
difference.
but that's if.
But yeah, Zicho will be missed.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
definitely. Any deck that had struggles against aggro will definitely be missed. So next set of cards. Muster for battle. Shielded Minibot.
Ouch.
I'll just say, I really can't talk much because I don't play Paladin, so I'm not experienced.
I didn't really use that one so much.
These
So I
two
won't
cards
miss that
ran in
much. Why
every
is Healing
fucking
Minibot?
Paladin.
Healing Minibot was a nice sticky minion.
Shielded Minibot.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, it's a nice sticky minion. I liked it, but
Muster can.
That was
Buster for
OP.
battle I didn't use that much, but it was a very powerful tool. Glad to see it go.
The,
Paladins
the,
are-
the earlier days of Muster for battle, a lot of people feared that shit, knowing that friggin' Quartermaster was coming out to buff that shit. So it was a problem.
Monster is absolutely insane.
Yep.
Like it's it's legit insane. The fact that it gives you a Light's Justice
Mhm.
and 3 minions on the board on
Mhm.
yeah,
turn
it's
3.
pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's pretty good.
Beyond good. It's one of those cards that made Paladin fucking godlike.
What?
Because synergize that with competitive spirits. They're a bunch of good too.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But you see
pretty
that
good.
And also the knife juggler synergy with
Exactly. I was waiting on somebody to mention that shit. You just basically gave Paladin fucking the exact same combo as Hunter, just a little bit toned down. It's the same
on
thing.
weapon.
And they get exactly.
Yeah, it's insane. But
It's ridiculous.
you're seeing the trend now. You're seeing the trend. For like the last four cards, we're saying that Paladin is getting hit. It's like they want to erase Paladin off the map.
Well, they needed
Yeah.
to do something because it
Yeah.
legit. At one point, Paladin was contested as not the strongest class in the game. It was okay because mid-range Paladin was a thing, but people still said it was kind of weak. Blizzard listened and decided to start giving Paladin some shit. But then they didn't stop giving Paladin some shit. They kept on giving Paladin some shit. And then Paladin just ran buck wild and just became the strongest fucking deck type. Period.
Yeah.
No,
Paladin.
now, no, that
Actually,
was
mid-range druid is tier 1 at the moment. Like, I mean, like the tier 1 list, but like the number 1 deck's mid-range, and then it's Secret Pally.
Well, there you go.
Well, I was thinking about this now. Since GVG and Naxxramas are going, right? And new decks are coming in. Let's say if they're catering to the newbies, right?
Mhm.
How long would it, even when a new expansion comes out? Not, I'm talking not like the adventures where you get all the good cards one time, but something like a GVG where the RNG plays a role in what cards you get.
Mhm.
Unless, with the exception of people who are going to put down some serious money on decks, I don't see how it's going to help these new guys out because it takes a while to earn the better side of cards if you're
Where
coming in
Blizzard
fresh.
wins. They
Mhm.
get money.
So they're hoping people will say, "I can't wait."
Yep.
And put down
But
50
that's how
bucks.
pretty much all free-to-play games go.
Yep.
That's the pit. How deep you dig yourself into the pit is completely up to you, good sir.
That's kind of like just like with applications on phones, free games. They have in-game
Exactly.
purchases because people don't want to wait for all the good stuff. So they pay money.
They don't want to wait for their energy to refill over a 24-hour period. They just want to refill it right now so they can do more shit.
Exactly.
No,
Because technically,
I-
because I'll say Trump makes free to play. He hits legend with free to play decks. Doesn't spend a dime on the game. Makes a new account.
yeah,
So
but
it's possible.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but let's be fair. How much people are
Our
Trump's
Trump. Yeah, this is also true.
skill level where him say, well, "This fucker's going to play this now."
This is true. I've only ever really seen like pro players do that shit. I've seen Firebat hit legend with free to play Agradin. And I've seen Trump hit legend enough time with free to play decks. But hey, it is
And
what
that
it
took
is.
about 3 months.
It's
Mhm.
annoying because it takes time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
The grind
Trump,
is real.
Trump was doing what? Dragon Priest to legend.
Was it Dragon Priest? I
No,
don't
but
remember.
here's the thing. Trump can accelerate his speed because he knows how to play the arena game. Not even I have his
Fair enough.
with stats on arena. So,
Alright. Next card, the big granddaddy of them all that is a cop block to all Druid and Freeze Mage players.
mhm.
Lotheb.
Oh, that hurts.
Lotheb is a cool card that'll be genuine shame to see the back of it. His Battlecry locks spell-based combo decks out from killing you for a turn, and although originally conceived as a tool to counter Miracle Rogue, he has also proved super handy at protecting against Freeze Mages and the Druid combo. This
So
deck,
that-
this card will mostly be missed in mid-range Hunter, mid-range Druid, and Tempo Mage.
So yeah, that's definitely a big card that we're losing.
It's a good card because it's not overpowered.
Stats are
cool
good.
enough.
Its battle cry is
Yeah,
good.
5
And
for
if you-
5 for 5. Battle
and
Cry
if
is
you-
on point.
And also, if you have a brand on the board prior to playing him, they can't
Complete
play
lockout.
any spells
Yep.
on a turn.
Yeah, I think it's funny they didn't mention that how I mostly use Lord, and I guess this is the type of decks I play. It's to protect your board.
Board, yep.
Yeah, and often to secure lethal. Like if
I
you
would
have-
agree.
Yeah, the bodies on the board that will give you lethal the next turn. When you drop Lord, you're pretty much securing the kill.
That
'Cause
makes
the only way they
perfect
can
sense.
deal with a board is mostly spells.
Yep. That or they drop Deathwing.
No, but
Yeah.
that's the thing with Lothar, which was good as you guys bring up. It's the right what we call a card that hits the right balance. So like if you see a Lothar, it's like you don't get that same
Not
feeling
too
of, "I get
overpowered."
robbed," like
Yeah.
when you see
Doctor Boom.
Doctor Boom or what's the pally weapon again with the what we're talking about earlier. Muster. It's not
Muster
like
for
Muster
battle.
like this is bullshit. But it's like Lothar, good play.
Yeah. Fair
It's
enough.
it's a thinking man's play.
It
'Cause
definitely messes up your opponent's next turn.
Yep.
If they
Yeah.
play spells.
This is true. Alright, moving on to the next card. I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Yo,
Oh,
Gonna miss
this
that.
Good
card.
old mad scientist.
Yo, I'm really sad that I'm missing this card.
It is going to be missed the most in almost every hunter and every mage deck because this thing gave you free secret value like out the
R.I.P.
crack. R.I.P. Mad Scientist, you showed us all for a time.
Yo, I'm gonna miss that card so much in my freeze
Yep.
mage. Now I gotta play. Now I'm playing stall mage.
Damn.
stall mage.
If Shielded Minibot is the best class specific 2-drop in Hearthstone, this is probably the strongest neutral. Which
No,
I
no, this is agree. I think knife juggler is actually the strongest 2-drop in my opinion. Well, I mean
Yeah.
like neutral class, not class specific, but neutrally. I
well,
think
yeah.
Because if knife juggler was a must kill.
I'll agree with you on the knife juggler one simply for the fact that Mad Scientist doesn't see value in every deck, but pretty much every deck can see value from knife juggler.
So my expectations, I'm really hoping Blizzard does this is and it's because we know the history, we've been playing for some time, where each time they introduce new cards in the expansion, oftentimes it's to fix a complaint or to counter something that's running rampant. Mad Scientist was introduced because people weren't playing as many secrets as Blizzard felt, they're putting all these secrets in the game and people aren't really playing it. So they gave us Mad Scientist to do it. So now that Mad Scientist is removed, I'm hoping that they take another look at the secrets and try and
Oh,
buff
so you're
them a bit.
Alright,
Because oftentimes
sorry,
it's not
sorry,
worth-
1 second for stopping me just so I get this out of the way before I forget to look back on stream chat. David, what do you play since you don't play Paladin? Somebody on stream chat is asking. They're very adamant about me asking, so I just want to get that out of the way.
It's a good one.
Oh,
Was
I
that
think, I think it was for me because I said I don't play paladin.
Oh, it was you that said you don't
Yeah,
play
yeah,
Paladin?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
my
the one that
bad.
said I don't
Go
play
ahead.
Paladin.
You can answer the question.
So the question is, what do I play instead of paladin?
Yep.
Okay, I play Reno Lock, I play Zoo, I play Freeze Mage, I play Temple Mage, I play Control Warrior, and then when Rogue was a thing, Oil Rogue, but now speaking of that, Oil Rogue is going to be a dead type also.
I was waiting to get to that one because I know
sorry.
salty tears. Salty
Yes.
tears.
America Rogue is back, no worries.
This is also true. Tomb Pillager is a thing. So, moving to the next set of cards.
wait, not to interrupt the card counting, but if memory serves me, GVG introduced a lot of pirates. Sucky pirates, but pirates nonetheless. Isn't
Cards that
hurting you?
nobody used.
Yeah, crappy.
Trust me, nobody, like nobody used that shit.
So you're telling me there was no sucky dog value?
Not particularly. A 5-drop 7/4. You think in theory it's a good thing, but that shit dies so easily to so many things. It's ridiculous. So the next set of cards hit the Warlock class the hardest. Implosion and Dark Bomb. Dark Bomb specifically, I feel. Implosion also to some degree. Another 2 cards that make sense to group together because their loss represents a major hit to the Warlock suite of single target removal spells. Without these cards, Gul'dan will be looking at Shadow Bolt, Soulfire, and Siphon Soul left as his.
It's not like we used to play Shadow Bolt before.
No, no.
From an Implosion.
Just start running corruptions. It's going to be more control meta.
Eh,
Yeah.
corruption off Dark Peddler, all these surprises.
And I'm
Will
saying
most
also
be missed in Zulak, Renalock, and Malelok. Definitely Malelok. Dark Bomb got so much value in Malelok.
Definitely Zoo with Implosion.
Yeah, Implosion is gonna be missed.
Because Implosion's a good synergy with Sea Giants.
Sea Giant and Reliquary Seeker and Gormot the Impaler.
Well,
Malaganic.
I'm saying even with that, they already took out Hobgoblin because they're removing Hobgoblin. So that Hobgoblin decks are gone.
Sad to say.
I like Hobgoblin.
So did I?
With the removal of these things, it seems like are we going to see RNG locks now? People are going to do some Fist of Jiraxis.
I for one welcome our new cybernetic overlords. I'm all for change. So I am down for seeing some discard warlock, some suicide warlock. I'm all about that life, bro. And that was number 10 on the list, so we got 10 more to go. Next up, another hit to the warrior class specifically. Shield Maiden. We no longer have a woman to take the hit for us, guys.
Wait, isn't that a fatigue warrior murderer right there?
Yep, pretty.
And it's also just really good to control because it's a 6 mana 5/5 and the battle cry game 5 armor.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
it's a big
also
card.
had synergy with Bran as well.
Yeah, it's a big card.
And it was a good combo piece to play along with Shield Slam as well.
Yeah, definitely shield slam. Because what will happen is if you draw it late and you've been taking a hit, you wouldn't have enough armor to make use, and
Exactly.
you'd be praying for your shield block. But Shield Maiden give you another activator,
Yep.
and it's just right to hit like the Belchers and the Lords at 5 health.
Yep.
But yeah, that's gonna be.
Indeed, you do that. That's a tough loss to the warrior class.
That's a bit of a sting, yeah, I agree. Well, at least on the bright side, was it fatigue and um and control warrior? We can actually plan to do stuff when we play those guys.
Well, the thing
Instead of-
that's becoming more popular in Fatigue Warrior, and I guess now that this change is coming, it might become a thing for Control Warrior as well. You might start seeing Tournament Medic being run as a staple now.
Oh Lord, please don't. I hate that card.
That life gain and them armor gains, bruh.
It's so weak to Cabal's.
That's the downside.
Yeah, is that one attack?
Alright, so number 12, good old Haunted Creeper. One of the
That-
stickiest of the stickier minions. Good riddance to another of the Curse of Naxxramas Death Rattle minions. You can tell Blizzard had an inkling for how powerful Haunted Creeper was because they opted not to make the one-on Spectral Spiders count as beasts. So, yeah, this is gonna be missed in Zulak, Secret Paladin, Midrange Hunter, Midrange Shaman, and Aggro Druid.
Yeah, it's RIP.
Yeah, it's a strong 2 drop.
But it wasn't too strong. That's the thing. That's why I hate when they kill good cards. But
It was pretty OP in Hunter though.
Well, the one attack kept it from being over the edge. Like the one attack on it kept it from being OP. But it was really strong. Really strong. A lot of value for 2 mana.
Indeed.
It's kind of like those stats where it's like a 3/4 with the 2 spiders.
Yeah, because you
But
get
like-
extra minions.
But with Zeus, you synergize it with like dire wolves.
Exactly, you get extra attack off that shit.
Yeah. Defender of Arga, so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, number 13 on the list. Good old Trespasser, Shade of Naxxramas. Who doesn't like watching an untargetable creature grow to a ginormous size before smashing your face?
Didn't it used to be a thing like OTK priest with the divine.
Yep,
spirit and all
buff that
stuff?
shit up and let it sit. You be like Rita Repulsa, make my monster grow.
Those references.
I know, they're so on point. I got this. So this card will be most missed in mid-range druid and aggro druid. Thoughts?
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. But I'd say that was good.
I feel like potentially also combo decks with Dijin also lose out value now that Shade and Naxxramas is out of the meta.
I found Shade so funny. Like, it's a weird card in that, especially in Druid, where sometimes you'd ramp it out and you just leave it on the board, and I'd kind of feel bad for my opponent because they had no way to deal with it.
Yep.
And they just watch it getting bigger and bigger. And like,
Turn
you
one
just-
innervate.
You just sit with the combo in your hand, and there's nothing they
Can
can.
do.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
yeah, it was a disgusting card. It has won mid-range Druid so many games.
This is
Yeah, it's crazy.
alright. Number 14 on the list. A Ruby and Egg. Ah, this card, the laws.
Yo, that's a good card too.
Yep.
It's basically a 2 mana 4/6.
You guys realize how many sticky minions are no longer going to be in the meta?
R.I.P.
Evidently, the Blizzard staff really hate when they made Naxxramas. They're like, "What did we do?
We
hate
fucked up.
this.
We done
We hate
goofed.
this guy."
When they had Naxxramas, they basically invented Zoo.
This is true. This card will be most missed in Zulak and Egg Druid.
Egg Pally.
And also Rogue. with the Raptor.
Death Rattle, yep. Death Rattle Rogue is going to miss out on the Egg Valley now. But hey, there's still tons of other Death Rattles I'm sure that they can make.
Belchers are gone. That's the
I,
big one.
I was being very sarcastic when I said that, by the way.
Okay.
Just put that out there.
Uh,
But yeah, like we probably see a mash up of Miracle Rogue and Death Rattle. The what's it face? Miracle Rogue and Earthen Raptor, whatever hell it's called, Undead Raptor, that thingy. So, all right, number 15 on the list. I feel the pain. I'm no longer one of Velen's chosen. Ah, this card. This card was so good for priest class. It gave us a legitimate buff that we could do work with. Like, it just made so many things run right in priest decks. Like,
another reason why I run Spellbinder.
it's such a huge loss for priest.
Oh yeah, like you buff your clerics, you buff Z-Chow.
Yep,
Yeah.
on turn 3, anything that could have
Even
possibly
Death
killed
Lords?
it. Yep, Death Lords especially as well for partly that OTK combo, because you got all that extra life. Like a lot of priest players are not going to be
Well, I shed no tears over this.
faster.
No tears shall be shed. You heard, man?
Any whore moving right along. I don't want to look at this. I'm sad.
I have no comments for.
Number 16 on the list. Oh, you gonna have comments for this one though. Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. The Oil Rogue deck, which wins with giant damage from a buffed minion and weapon, is probably the most viable rogue archetype currently seen play. The switch to standard will almost certainly eliminate Oil Rogue, thanks to the name of its namesake card. Nevitz, please take the floor.
It's just the card at so much tempo swing, really good for AoE clears. Just the card itself. I've won many games with double tinkers with preps, with South Sea, deckhand. It's overall a great card, and rogues are really going to miss that card a lot.
South Sea dickhead.
Yeah.
The article says, on the other hand, watching my carefully assembled board die to a 8 damage Blade Flurry isn't something I'll miss.
Indeed. +1 for that.
No, I'm gonna miss this.
Double tap like that Instagram post right there.
No, I'm missing this though.
I know Nevit is gonna be very sad about this. I know he's very disheartened.
It might be the res of Maui Rogue though.
Yeah, because I was just gonna mention that I've been seeing a shift away from Oil Rogue. A lot of the rogue players, people that
Oh yeah,
still play
Lil has
rogue,
been shifting a lot the past few seasons.
yeah, they've been shifting away from oil to Maligus, and
Yep.
because it's an auctioneer.
Yep.
Back to Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle. Hey, Miracle's back, man. That Tomb
Also-
Pillager hype.
I mean, it kind of like started. Oil Rogue started going away. Like Secret Pally came in the scene because before Secret Pally's one was just mid range Pally. Oil Rogues were like a 60-40 against mid range. They were favored in that matchup
Yep.
True.
because the big sets like with Tyrion, Oil Rogue. I mean, not Oil Rogues. Rogues themselves have saps for Tyrions, and so Rogues were favored. But now the meta's shifted so much, it's hard for Oil Rogues to keep up.
Sleep tight, sweet princess. Next card on the list at number 17. Through the void I come. Void Caller.
Meh.
Hey,
That's
hey.
my response.
We have a first man of the evening. Man.
According to the article, I love Void Caller so much I tried to build an entire deck around the card. That didn't work out, but the core idea was correct. Cheat out giant threats like Mal'Ganis, and using the Void Caller's Death Rattle gave a lot of value to a lot of high value cost minions. Warlock is gonna get hit so hard. Demon Warlock is no longer a thing. RIP. This card will be most missed in Demon Zulak, Demon Handlock, Malilock, and Reno Lock.
Here's the thing. Yeah, it'll be missed, cool, but it's not like, to me, it's not even close to being that big of a card, because here's the issue with Void Call, especially when you mention Demon Zoo. you tend to want 3 cards from it. The 2 Doom cards are Mal'Ganis. Anything else comes from it is just kind of like me. And the
Not
reality is, you play 25 Demon Zoo games, and maybe 2 out of the 25 you get Mal'Ganis from Void Call. Like it, I've always looked on the card like, it's alright.
I
It's nice.
know
It's nice when you
somebody
get
who
it.
would disagree with you very
No, it's
much on
nice
that.
when you get it, and I've won tournaments with it, getting Mal'Ganis from Void Caller. But
Hmm.
no, it's not. I'm not crying over this.
I know Ricky
No
would
tears,
disagree with you because
no
his
tears would be
whole
shed.
premise of his handlock deck
Yeah, he
revolves
tries to
around
revolve
that
around
Void
Void Caller.
Caller and that fucking Fearsome Doomguard.
yo,
And I'm
Dread Seeds are
We,
gonna miss Void Color a lot also.
This is true. But then again, it's not that big a miss because they're both 4 mana cards. So, I mean,
yeah, the
yeah,
thing here with Void Caller, right? What when people watch Hearthstone tournaments, right? The thing they like about it is the bullshit factor. Even though we hate it, it's also what we like about it.
hey, you gotta keep
It's
shit
fair.
interesting. You need those hype
what
esports
what
moments.
what
Mhm.
you like about it?
I
I don't
love
really.
RNG
I
in
like seeing people
Hearthstone.
suffer to it. I don't enjoy getting bullshit Void
I
Caller.
I like seeing a Umbre clear an entire board with a friggin' Sneeze Old Shredder and Kel'Thuzad pops out that bitch. I enjoy that shit thoroughly.
But but I do agree with you. It's not fun to have RNG run you over, but you guys got to admit it's fun to watch people suffer from RNG.
One of the most entertaining aspects of Hearthstone.
Like if you play Silport and get a Wisp.
Mm,
Yeah,
the
that type of stuff.
salt. That 2 mana value right there. Get your wisp reduced cost. Yeah, bro.
You don't
Value.
reduce the cost of Wisp, it's already 0.
They should Wisp should give
Thank you
you
for
mana
pointing out the
range.
joke, Nevitz.
Yeah, I got you.
Legit, if you unstable a Wisp, it should give you a mana crystal when you play it. Like
I have
aren't
no
you a
problem with
hopeful?
that.
Aren't you hopeful?
it should.
I have no problem with that. That sounds fair if you ask me.
And
But
I'm
what if
sure
instead
Jesus Christ will appear
instead
tomorrow.
of Portal, instead of minions, it does spells?
Well, that's what you have Conjurer for.
But he doesn't make them less. He just gives you 1 out of 3 random spells.
Well, that would kind of be broken because the class already had a Sorcerer's Apprentice that reduced the cost of shit.
Yo, duplicate the Source Apprentice with Antinitis and then Unlimited Fire Pulse.
Yep. The dream. The dream. Next card on the list. What we were talking about earlier, an entire archetype will fall to ruin. Say hello to Mech Warper, aka Wally. Mech Warper, the robotic monstrosity that would have placed higher on the list for the fact that it only really used in Mech Mage right now, but Mech Shaman has replaced Overload based aggro version of Shaman. So this card will definitely be missed in a lot of decks, primarily Mech Mage and Mech Shaman. I'm so happy I grinded out Golden Priest Portrait with Mech Priest. I feel no pity. I don't have to worry about this card going away now.
Yeah, I think we're a couple seasons past the reign of the mix, so I don't think a lot of people are gonna be crying. It sucks though that we lose an entire archetype, as you were saying, we lose an entire deck
Mm-hmm.
with McMage, but such is the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
The circle of life. And funny enough, right now there's a Lion King song playing on stream. But yeah, like I don't like really and truly the two strongest mech based decks were Mage and Shaman. That goes by default.
Yeah, they're the
Out,
most popular.
outside of that, Mech Priest was semi thing, but it was nowhere near as consistent as those other two decks. Mech Warlock was a fun little thing with the fell cannons, but wasn't that consistent as well.
Mech
Mech
Druid was solid.
Warrior, Mech Druid was a thing that kind of started becoming a
It was
thing
I
solid.
think.
later on. But yeah, like I said, it never really got as popular as the other aforementioned ones. Mech Warrior was just shit all around. Uh, what other classes? Mech Rogue, oh god. Mech
That was
Rogue
actually
had so much potential.
Iron Sensei.
Oh my god,
Come
so
close
much
and listen.
potential.
Come close and listen.
I love
Jesus.
that card.
And also Arcane Nullifier.
Silent, but deadly.
Because to say Arcano, if it's a 4, that has the thing where it can't be targeted with spells.
Well, yep.
So you have to trade minions.
It was a very nice little thing. But GG, well played. Mex will be missed. Number 19 on the list, everybody's favorite spell card, Unstable Portal.
Good riddance.
Esports.
Esport!
Good riddance.
Esports.
This single card has won people games like just off of bullshit RNG so many times, it's ridiculous. This card will be mostly missed in Tempo Mage.
Oh yeah.
The feels, so much feels when your opponent gets to play Tyrion Forging on turn 5 thanks to the magic of Esportal.
Or if you
King Crush.
or like Unstable Portal in the next turn you play Emperor. Like what?
Hmm?
3 mana.
It was a fun card, but it needed to go. I agree. Good riddance.
Turn
There's-
3 Sylvanas.
Trust me, I actually got a turn 3 Sylvanas off this shit today when I was playing on ladder. It's ridiculous. Like, a lot of people had complained about this card from its inception, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be definitely happy that it's definitely on the way out of the meta.
Oh, speaking the Mech Mage, but this doesn't. It kind of synergizes with Mech Mage, but it's probably not being announced. What about Goblin Blast Mage? That's gonna be gone. That was a really strong 4-drop. It was a 5/4 stat
It's
with battle cry of 4 damage to random enemy.
that's a big loss, but then like we said, it's the entire mech archetype that's on the out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because Mech Mage loses like close to 20 cards. More than 20 cards when you think about it.
Because it was like legit the best mech type, because it had the Snow Chuggers, it had the Goblin Blast Mage.
It's everything.
Yep. That's why I said, like, mechs are just dead all in all. So the Blizzard definitely has to implement something else to replace that.
Yep.
Alright, and the final card on the list of the top 20 cards that will be missed, Web Spinner. The one drop
Yes,
that everyone
that
hates
card.
to see in
Meh.
Hunter.
Yeah, meh.
The card that
You
gives
guys-
people
you guys-
King Crushes, Savannah Hymens, Tundra Rhinos, now even the inception of Tomb Spiders.
Don't forget Malorn.
Definitely not forgetting Malorn. It's goodbye to the little RNG spider that could.
Oh, but question, because I haven't seen this one answered. What will Ball of Spiders give you? Will you still get Web Spinner?
Well, I think they'll probably just remove it, since you can only get web spinners from off of it. But who knows? Maybe it will be a cheat way around the system, just like
You
when
can still play.
yeah, just like when what's its face, when before they had released web spinner,
Mhm.
and you could get web spinner off something. I forget
Or
what it
from
was.
like something that drops a one mana.
Yeah, something of the sort. And there's like people trying to exploit it to see what other cards are in the game and stuff. It was like something wasn't released yet, and you could get like our unreleased minion from the web
Death
spinner
Rattle.
or something like
Or
that.
something.
But yeah, mid-range hunter will definitely miss this card, as well as I guess I don't know if this was really running face hunter, the
Not
one
really.
drop, but
It's more mid range.
Yeah, it's more mid range.
well, there you go.
And it was really good now, even in the current meta now, like Web Spinner is good because people are slowing down the decks. So getting more beasts.
That makes sense. Alright, so that comprises the list of this article for the 20 most important cards that will remove from Hearthstone. Now you guys can feel free to chime in with whatever you feel is necessary to talk about that is going to be missing. I will open up my Hearthstone so that I can show whatever cards you guys want to make note of for the stream to see.
Should
So,
we go over?
who wants to go first?
Should we go over every single card that's gonna be gone?
You don't have to go over every, just
Nah,
the
we
ones
don't.
that you feel are most integral or that you feel didn't make the top 20 list from that
Okay,
article.
okay. So we talked about mechs. Neutron's gone also. That was really good. Strong 2-drop. I'm trying to see what else. Okay, the rest of these. Kezon Mystic, a really good tech card.
Ah, good old Kezan Mystic, the only neutral answer that people had to deal with secrets. That's a very big loss in my opinion.
And also for arena players, they're losing Bomb Lobber. That was a really good tempo swing for arena players.
Where's your bomb lobber now?
Also, the kind of thing with Shredder. What about Sky Golem, the 6 mana 6/4 drop? 4 drop.
Sky Golem, I
Too
don't
slow?
know. It didn't
I used
really
I
see
used
a
to
lot
Sky
of
Golem
play, I
was a
think.
touch too expensive
yeah,
this
I used to
season.
play it in
Yeah.
McMage to fill out the from Lower Theb to Sky Golem to Antonidas.
I have
Or
another.
People ran like maybe a one-off if they didn't have something
yeah,
better to
you'd
put in
run
the
one.
slot.
Okay. For next Ramus, what about Unstable Ghoul? Really
Yeah.
good against aggro matchups. Really good in Grim
Mhm.
Patron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that card
patron.
will be missed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a very good counter to
The early
ex-
aggression.
yeah, especially from Pallies and that
Yep, this
stupid
is true.
lights justice.
Oh, there's one card I think that was missing from the top 20, but it's class specific. Light Bomb.
Oh, why did you have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
remind me?
yeah.
So
Light
I
bomb.
need to remind Ryan about
Yeah.
this.
AOE.
I'ma miss my AOE.
I'll say you
What
gotta go
did
back
that
to.
chick say about the getting stabbed with the Batman? Did that hurt like Ryan? You know that knife.
Like they took away light bomb from us, but on the plus side, we got excavated evil, which is a
And you also have
slight, very very slight buff to the Holy Nova.
An Oxenine Circle.
No, I
Circle
don't
Akana will forever be the primary clearance tool for priest. That's a given. There will be nothing that contests that.
When you're facing a board full of giants.
It is going to suck. It is
See,
going to suck
excavated
royally.
evil, well,
It is going to really, really suck royally. I have
I
accepted
feel
that.
your loss as a fellow priest player, but we must adapt.
Yes,
Must
we're
move
just going to have to go back to the days of running double BGH and double Shadow Word Death.
That being said, do you think BJH will get tweaked?
Well, who knows? Because the
Because
thing is, they should have probably had tweaked BGH from they had released Bran to instead of just targeting one minion twice, you like can select multiple minions. That would have made a lot more sense for a lot of battle cries.
Hell no.
No, here's the thing. Bran with the special those abilities, Bran worked very well with stuff like Bomb Lobber because it was random, and at least that way it could get some extra value out of it. But
You can also
I don't
kill your
know.
brand.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah,
Because-
yeah.
Yeah.
Struggle is real.
Because BJH, I still think is very restrictive, and
Mhm.
it limits the cards that they can introduce. In my opinion.
No, I think that's
Because
correct.
essentially anything over 7 attack becomes
Yeah.
a target for BGH.
So
And
I'm
people
interested
make
to
their
see.
decks just on the fact that, oh, I don't want to have any minions that are BGH targetable. Let me
And the
not use that.
And also the two secrets we're losing. We're losing Avenge for Paladins, which is really strong,
Yep.
even in mid range. And also for mages, they're losing Duplicate.
Yeah.
Because with Echo Mage with Molten Giants, you can get multiple Molten Sounds with Echo Medivh. You can't use Duplicate anymore. And Duplicate, Thorsons or Sheep.
Yeah.
That was
No
great.
more
That was
no more dream combo with Antonidas and free fireball spells.
Yeah.
Oh, with Sorcerer's Apprentice, yep. And also, it's just a great tempo swing with Duplicate having two put back, like even with Water Ellies.
Also, Fatigue Mage loses duplicate for duplicating Belchers and
And Reno.
Healbots.
And Reno.
And Reno Mage as well.
And also, like, Duplicate, for personally, since I don't play Shredders, I play Water Ellies instead of Shredders on my Temple Mage.
Okay.
And then in Warlock, I play Fell Cannon.
Good old Falcon.
It's the ultimate counter to a Shade.
Insta
Oh,
kill.
It's a
Cannon.
Shade? Well, yeah.
Falcon
Yeah,
is so
no
random.
no wonder where he's hiding.
I feel like for the 3-drop, since, they're removing some of the 3-drop, I feel like we're going to see a lot more MC techs being played. Because that's a really strong tempo swing tech card.
This is true. I run one of these in my arena lock.
I run in my Tempo Mage.
I only ever run this in like Marino lock and fatigue decks normally, because outside of those kind of decks, I don't really want to imagine myself losing board state. So
Because you kill most of the time against Secret Pallies, and then you normally have more than 3 minions on the board. So
mhm.
helps take either a Belcher, Shredder, even Dr. Six, Tyrians.
This is
And you just ping off the 1/1, so it's just 4 and have a better chance.
I guess with the removal of Haunted Creeper and Doctor Boom, MC Tech got nerfed a bit. Less
Mhm.
minions on
Less
the
minions on board.
Yeah,
yeah.
less
Dr.
teaming.
GG himself.
And Mustard's gone too, so.
I think we covered
Any
most of
other cards?
the
Um,
Hyper League cards.
I'm trying to think. Arena wise, Spectral Knights are gonna be gone. It's really good.
Mhm.
Not much with Undertaker. That got nerfed a long time ago.
Yugen.
Yeah. The Stalag brother for Arena Lock. You know they used to be a popular deck. Vegan and Stalag. That's gone.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing I miss, I wish maybe it's not too late, but maybe they shouldn't whack the legendaries from Nax Ramos, because most of them weren't too overpowered. Because we all know Kel'Thuzad, as fun as he may be, is not very practical 90% of the time.
I was
Oh
gonna say
god, do I
when
remember the days when Kel'Thuzad Druid used to be a thing? Oh my
I was about to
lord.
say when's the last time you've seen a Hunter run Maxina? Come on now.
Mm, right.
That's getting dusted.
Hey, Beast
A1.
Hunter runs that shit, okay? Beast Hunter is on the up and coming again.
That's dust. Dust.
Ashes
It's
to
a dust
ashes.
in waiting.
Yep.
All we are is dust in the wind.
So
Wind.
much dust.
No, and all Echo and Ooze was really strong, even in aggro pallies, not just how goblins, because you can like Blessed King or Echo Ooze and aggro
Yeah,
pallies.
still I run echoing in my Zupa, with even with Sea Lock Kings. So we're gonna miss.
Yeah, but definitely Zoo, definitely Implosion's gonna be a big hit. It's probably see a lot more Shadow Bolts now.
Well, I know Sherman runs Shadow Bolt in his
There's no way
Arena
the hell
Lock.
I'm running that card.
Shadow Bolt? You're just gonna run double Soul Fires?
No, I may bring back the Soul Fire, but there's no way I'm running. Let
Shadow
me tell
Bolt
you what will
value.
make a comeback. Dark Iron Dwarf will definitely get played again. I'm not running Shadow Bolt. Hell
The
no.
man is hastily
No,
against the bolting
no,
of the shadows.
yeah, for Zoo, you play a minion heavy deck. You want the controller board with your minion. So Dark Iron Dwarf does this. Shadow Bolt, no. If Shadow
Well,
Bolt could go to face, I'd run.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dark Bomb's Echo face, that's why it's good.
Yeah.
And especially like with
yep.
That's the difference. So no.
The good
Get
thing
out.
is what I'm happy is they didn't change anything about my combo Reno Lock, so I still have that to go with. I still have Leroy, I still have Alex Straza, Faceless, and POs. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Reno decks should be fine.
They just have to make substitutes for for Lothar, Belcher,
Trust me,
Zombie
with all
Cow.
the cards in the game, I'm pretty sure you can find a high value card to replace the ones that you're going to be losing. It's
Oh yeah,
not
so
that hard.
Reno Lock's not gonna be Reno Lock's not.
Reno Lock should be fine. Hell, I run Illidan in my friggin' Reno Lock.
But good, he's still trying to make it work.
Hey, I have a golden Illidan, and I'll use that shit how
Remember,
I want to, okay?
When unpacked, what's his name? Captain Krog. He's almost like he won $1 million. All I saw was like 400 dust.
Yeah, that's dust.
Hey, I got hyped for that shit because I'm like, yo, Captain Craig!
But in before Pirates next expansion, because it is the year of the Kraken, so Pirates incoming.
I would be totally down for that. I have all my pirate cards ready and waiting.
No, but you know how long Blizzard's been trying to make pirates work? Because I'm pretty sure when GVG came out, they were trying to make that stuff work too. It just didn't work out.
Well, every expansion they kind of try to throw some stuff towards the pirate side of things.
Look how well League of Explorers worked. Most people would agree League of Explorers was a pretty good cards were made, right?
We got no pirate cards for League of Explorers.
Well, that's probably why it's so good.
What about
Not cool.
Dark Cultist for a priest?
Yeah, Dark Cultist is definitely going to be a big miss for us. It was a solid 3-drop that we could play on curve, going into Akanai, going into Injured Blade Master. That card is definitely going to be.
GG Priest.
And I'm looking at the
Like
changes.
priest class just got so much harder. Like it was hard enough as it was hard out here in the streets, man. I know.
I don't know. There's that
Like every
curator that
priest is just going
tells
to
me
be friggin'
otherwise.
every priest is just gonna be running Dragon Priest now.
Well, Dragon Priest is a pretty solid deck.
Exactly, like everybody's going to be either running Dragon Priest or Control Elise Priest. Those are
But
the two main priest class decks archetype that
right,
are going to be running.
it's called Control Elise Priest. I always
Yeah.
call it Entombing Priest because it felt like I was.
Well, I can't call it Entomb Priest because since Entomb's release, if you're a priest player, you don't make a deck without Entomb. You're just retarded if you do that.
I do it out. I make it work. It's called Dragon Priest.
But even Dragon Priests are running Entomb now.
They're
Dragon
not-
Priests have started running Entomb and Brand because of the synergy.
Which dragon you seen in an Egyptian temple? I stick.
Horus,
with
I don't know.
It's gonna be harder for Priest now to deal with handlocks because they don't have light bombs with all the giants.
What's the name of that friggin' Yu-Gi-Oh God card? You have Obelisk the Tormentor. You have Sylphid the
Exodia?
Red Dragon. There's a yellow God card dragon.
Well,
Winged
let's
Dragon
not-
of
let's-
Ra?
Yes, that one.
Let's-
That's the
let's-
Egyptian one that's in tombs, bitches. Ha! You've been
Let's not-
scienced!
Let's not use Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh is some bullshit.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh my god, shots. All the shots fired. Let it be known on this stream, we do not condone or agree with the thoughts and views of David on his Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was gonna say, Adrian's gonna hunt you down.
We just want to get that out. We're going to distance ourselves from David on that one.
Adrian's a big Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Just
I'm
in
just-
case anybody's watching this in the future, we don't condone or support that message.
I'm not saying Yu-Gi-Oh had its place, but anybody who denies some of Yu-Gi-Oh is BS.
Yo, Pot of Greed into
I prefer
Exodia.
Pokemon over Yu-Gi-Oh. That was just me.
Mm.
though.
Like I am kind of hesitant to make judgment calls on the meta until I see the spring collection and the changes that they're gonna make to the classic cards.
Mhm.
Because there's no way they can keep the classic cards as they are.
Oh, you think some of the classic cards have to go or be
Yeah,
revamped?
they need to be changed.
Well, they did, so they're planning on changing some of the cards. So it's just a matter of waiting and seeing how exactly the changes play out.
And to see what the replacements are gonna be. Because trust me, losing Healbot, Belcher, Zombie Troll, you lose a lot of anti-aggro options.
This is
Oh,
true.
you mean we're going back to the good old days of early Agro Warrior and
The Wild Wild West.
Forsen is love.
Going to the Wild Wild West.
I was gonna say, I don't know about you guys, but if there's gonna be more handlock players now coming up, I'm gonna start running sack packs for Jiraxis.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I think I'll just run Face Shaman because that's just gonna be so stupid.
Yeah, that deck is retardedly fast and retardedly
Well, I would
strong.
say the mech version, like with the Whalings of Mass, that one's not really relevant. Because I say there's two versions of the aggro shaman. There's
Yeah,
the mech version.
Yeah, the
But the
truck
ones-
version with Feral Spirit.
Yeah, as I say, you still have totem golems, you have feral spirits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing it loses is Crackle. And Good Riddance. I absolutely despise that card.
Yeah, the RNG, bruh.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'd say you
So-
still have lava burst, you still have lightning bolts, you still have doom hammer.
Everything else is still intact. So Face Shaman, if it's one prediction I'll make, Face Shaman is gonna be
Automatic message from Twitch TV.
unless the spring collection comes with a ton of anti-aggro options.
Please type kappa.
Fingers crossed for a control heavy metal.
I'm saying, yeah, they're taking Unstable Ghouls. That was a big anti-aggro card.
Alright, so one last touching off cards that we might have missed. Haven't heard anyone say anything about Glaive Zuka.
We don't care. We'll find a
what
replacement.
what was that card? That was in this game?
We'll find a replacement.
Haven't heard anybody say anything about Glaive Zuka, Quartermaster. Well, I wasn't going to say anything about it because I'm just sad all around. We're losing Vol'jin as a priest player. So we don't have Vol'jin
Vol'jin
for
was a cool
for
card.
dealing with high level threats like
Yeah,
Ysera.
'cause like the synergy with Vol'jin and then the
Holy
Smite.
Smite, yep,
Yeah,
or
okay.
Akanai Ping, yep, so many combos that Vol'jin could remove high level threats with, but we don't have that anymore.
I know arena players are gonna be sad losing Ogre Brute because that was a really strong 3-drop in arena.
We already talked about Mal'Ganis. No, we did. No, we didn't really touch on Mal'Ganis. That's another big blow to Warlock.
No, and the other thing too is that with Void Caller gone, Malgan is like,
Too expensive now.
yeah. So it's
Because you
still-
already have Jiraxxus having to deal
Yeah.
with at a high value cost.
Wait, isn't Mal'Ganis GVG, if memory serves me? Or what was it?
GVG.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
That's
both,
why I say it's gone.
Both of them are killed over, yeah.
Yeah.
so no tear shed, honestly.
Uh,
We still have Jirax.
you face Jiraxxus.
Trifling gnomes, Blizzard trifling gnomes.
Eridon, Lord of the Burning Legion.
So what do you think they're going to bring forward? Because I know if they're going to whack Nax Ramos, the new card's going to have stuff that are Nax Ramos like.
Not necessarily. Well, two things. I look forward to some anti-aggro options because we lost a lot of those, and I'm looking forward to a new tribe deck emerging since Mech is dead. Yeah, I expect something to replace it.
Tanlocks.
So the pirates or ninjas or something.
Pirates and ninjas.
No,
What?
I definitely get what you're saying, but I think more than likely, since as you said they removed a lot of those options, you might see things that's kind of like a sludge belcher, same price, but you know,
Well,
not
yeah.
quite like a sludge belcher.
That's
Kind of like the
definitely
War
a
Golem
possible.
and Wiz for Dr. Boom.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to minimize power creep, but at the same time, in a card game of this nature, it's kind of
That's why-
hard to avoid power creep as a
That's
whole.
why Cycle's a big thing. That's why they're doing Cycle to...
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
People are worried that they'll
Oh, also something I wanted to make a note of. Going forward with the new standard format, when it is that you play certain cards that have card generating effects such as your Conjure or your Dark Peddler or your Jewel Scarab, if you're in standard mode, they can only generate cards that fall under the guidelines of standard play. So it's
Naturally.
good to know that going
Oh,
forward
so
that you don't think,
Discovery
oh, I can get
also-
this card, but you can't because it's not applicable in standard format.
Well, I was gonna say, Ysera's the same, but like Dark Peddler, like there's only Discovery effects, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why I asked what the hell is happening with Ball of Spider.
Well, that's a spell card, so they're either going to cut it out total or it's going to be a cheat.
I feel like it's too slow to play 6 mana just to see.
Control
like-
Hunters run it, funny enough.
Yeah,
Beast Hunters and Control Hunters run it.
it wasn't that great, but it's still interesting to see what they'll do with it.
Spider-Man Hunter.
Haha. Alright, I'm gonna just go through some of the frequent asked questions in regards to rank play because I know people are probably curious about that. So as far as rank play goes, it's standard and a while. There will be 2 different ladders. Obviously one will be standard and one will be ranked. If it is that when the patch goes live and you've achieved a certain rank, it will automatically just give you that rank between both of the ladders. So if you're rank 5 when the patch goes live, you'll be rank 5 in both standard and rank play for that
Whatever.
period of time.
And it also, it was reading like whatever one you decide to do, whatever one you have a better rank in, that's the one you get at the end of the season for rewards.
Yeah, the end of season chest that you get goes based on your highest rank between either of the 2. On your friends list, people only see your standard format rank.
They
So
don't see
while it
you.
won't matter.
So even more reason why Blizzard is saying, yo,
Yeah, pretty much. Just fuck while.
we don't give a shit.
We don't give a shit. You can only earn Hearthstone Championship points by competing in standard mode. All official.
BlizzCon points?
Yeah.
Okay.
All official Blizzard esports events will also be played in standard mode.
So that means that there's no incentive to get Legend on Wild anymore because you don't get the point anymore.
Pretty much. Unless it is that you just have an easier time climbing to legend on
With Wild.
Wow.
Wild and you just want the chest, then you can just go do that. But
So it's
everything
basically
is
just for coin generation and dust.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah, because I'll say if you already have the card back, you don't get the card back anymore. You don't get the point anymore.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be casual then.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think Blizzard will be surprised that most people might not disenchant their old shit and they just build up a new stockpile.
Yeah, this is true. I'll probably just disenchant my normal versions of the cards that I have and keep the gold ones because I already invested just in those. I don't know. It is what it is.
I'll say the normal legendaries I have in the golden. I have like both for Alex Strauss, and Sylvanas.
Well, I think that basically covers everything that we wanted to touch on in regards to the news that was announced. I don't know if you guys have any shout outs you want to do or any last minute things you might
Wait, we
want to
forgot to
mention.
talk about the most important card in the game. That we're
Oh,
gonna-
what's that?
Salty Dog, guys.
Oh yeah, salty dog.
Didn't we already touch on this? Didn't we already accept
No,
the
we did
fact that
not.
it's one of the worst pirate cards?
No,
It's gonna be a big loss
Yes, Salty
to the
Dog.
community.
RIP.
You have to think about it.
R.I.P.
As
Reynad.
bad as pirates were, Salty Dog really had some potential.
Hey, I'm not going to front, okay? That card has won me games when I was playing Pirate Paladin or Pirate Warrior.
Hey,
Even
you
Dimitri
can't-
has
you can't use
spectated
that
me.
You can't use that example, right? Because you know well enough, anything can happen on ladder.
Hey, which is the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. At the end of the day, that's why I tell people all the time, all cards have value. It's just that some might
Don't-
be easier found in other decks than some, but all cards have value. Because
Never
at the
mind.
end of the day, I am going to feel awesome knowing that I just shit on you with a pirate deck, and you are supposed to feel horrible that you just got shit on by a pirate deck.
I don't
speaking
know.
of
There's
that-
so much holes in that argument. It's like pirate teeth. But go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Well, I was saying, if this changes the meta to more control-like, don't you think any Finn Pally is going to be more played since it's really good at excelling with control matchups?
Oh no, I'm definitely knowing that anything pattern is going to be an issue, but on the plus side, they also lost Healbot.
Well, no, now that you mentioned, Healbot is gonna hurt.
But I say you still have Lay of Hands.
Which is
and
8 mana.
You could chance Tuskar. You could.
Yeah, you could.
If you're feeling lucky, you can run Tuskar.
You're going to chance Tuskar in a deck that runs primarily Murlocs and spells.
Nah, it's not that many Murlocs. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're feeling lucky.
I was just saying you have so much.
Because they don't run Tyrion, you realize that.
Yeah,
They
no,
run
Tyrion.
Pyromancer.
yeah, you run a lot of small minions.
But
It's-
if they're running big range, you still have Keepers, you still have Aldermen, Peacekeepers.
So your highest minion is 4.
It's a risk. And I'm willing to take. No, you run. Yeah, that's why I'm saying we should get some replacements now for those cards.
Mhm.
Crossing.
But- But now that I'm thinking about it now, as you said, since they're killing Natsuramas, how does the death of Natsuramas would help, let's say, the Inspire cards? How do I get my Nexus Tarad value?
By being smart and playing, I guess, stuff like
Not playing Nexus Tarad, but what?
Nexus, playing Inspire cards curves ahead of when it's supposed to actually come. Because obviously, it's rare that somebody actually plays out Nexus Champion Sarad on turn 5 and just lets it sit there. Unless they're like super desperate or they just have really good control of the board, that like almost never happens. It's the same reasoning why you don't play Confessor on turn 7 by itself. You at least wait till turn 9 when you can at least get one hero power off. Even if you do get a shit minion, you at least got some value off of the Inspire mechanic.
And that's why Inspire is shit.
Pretty
And
much.
will remain shit.
But and then at the same time, they try to supplement that by adding in stuff like Fencing Coach or Garrison Commander to try to increase the value output of the Inspire mechanic. But it's just so clunky. Like, as a priest player, I know well how much it sucks when shit is clunky and you can't get to do stuff because you don't have enough mana.
Because the basic premise, you're playing a card game, your power comes from playing cards.
Right.
You really don't want to be hero point. That's the reality. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be playing cards. So when a card is gonna say, alright, let me give you a little bit for hero point. No. You have to give me a whole lot for me to
Yep.
not play a card. And that
That is
just
so
is
true.
not there.
Give
It's
you
just
a
not
whole
there.
lot like reducing a card for 0 mana.
No,
No. We're not going back to Sizzle. Wait. Nah,
no.
nah, 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 nah.
You're right. I know you're trying.
Oh my god. But yeah, anybody have any shoutouts they want to do for wrap up the stream?
Um,
I'll see you guys in the new tournament style. I'll see you
Well,
guys.
that's
there.
in April. That's a while away. Many things can happen.
Oh no, he's talking about the blacklist.
I'm talking about the
Oh.
blacklist
oh
because
well,
I
we
just
have
registered.
a tournament what, tomorrow?
Yep, there should be a Tavern Brawl tourney tomorrow. Fingers
When-
crossed, cause
When are we gonna find out the ranks?
yeah, I'm tomorrow at 1 p.m. is the deadline for registering. So once the deadline passes, I'm gonna redo the blacklist ranking and then move forward from there. Cause the tournament in the night will be awarding points. So whoever is registered and done will get points for that. Going forward from the tournament, then whoever registers after that will start to supplement spaces on the blacklist.
And it'll be a new blacklist every month, correct?
Basically, yeah. At the end of every month, when Lee does his Enter the Coliseum tournament, that will generate a new blacklist.
And how many points do you have to have minimum to guarantee a spot for next month?
For next month, it depends on your placement in the tournament. Because, alright, this is what's going to happen. Currently, when I finish the blacklist for this month, which would have been the 15 people that came in top 15 position in the tournament that happened, then going through the course of the month, after everybody has done their challenges and the ranks have been reshuffled and finalized before the new tournament, when it comes to the final right before the new tournament, whatever position you're in is what amount of points you'll get allotted. So by the end of the current blacklist, whoever is in 1 to 5 will get 2 points, whoever is in 6 to 10 will get 1 point, and then a new blacklist will emerge after the Enter the Coliseum tournament, and then we'll go through the process again. Somebody actually gave a suggestion that maybe I should do the tournament for a 6-month period instead of for the year, so we'd have basically two cash payouts, I guess. You want to look at it that way.
Okay.
So that is also a possibility that I'm considering. So we will
Time to start playing Gatekeeper.
see.
Non-shall pass.
No ranking up for you. Denied.
No.
But
No,
it
but
should be
I
interesting. There will be much salt. There will be much challenging, I'd assume. So it should be interesting, all in all.
I already told you my plan.
So yeah, and then because the series is running throughout the year, people can join whenever they feel like. Obviously, it makes more sense to join earlier so that you have more opportunity to win points, but you're free to join later on. And because the blacklist is constantly in a state of changing every month, there will be opportunities for multiple people to get on the blacklist.
Yeah, I guess I should. My concern was for the people that missed the first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
I
they're gonna fall outside the 15.
Yep.
So which means we won't be able to challenge anybody.
That's it. Alright, so currently I think there are about 5 people registered for the tourney. So I already have a top 5.
Okay.
Going forward from that, we're going to do the Tavern Brawl event. If we do only have 5 people, those 5 people will be the first to get points. So those people have points. Going forward from that, people have told me that they don't have the money to register right now, but some people are saying like they would have it by Thursday or whatever. So as more people register going forward, I'll supplement the spaces on the blacklist. So if we currently only have 5 and then somebody comes and say, hey, I want to be on the blacklist or I want to play in the series, then whatever empty spaces, first come first come first serve, I'll cycle in that person to the next lowest spot. So we'll always more or less have an influx of people one way or another. So it shouldn't be an issue.
No, I was just thinking that if everyone from the tournament, if the top 15 people from the tournament all paid and registered, then they would have filled out the list.
Yep, that was the general idea.
Whoever missed the tournament wouldn't be able to challenge.
Yeah, because that's how it works. The blacklist qualifies for the blacklist for people to rank up and gain extra points. So you would earn the opportunity to gain extra points from getting a top 15 finish in Lee's tournament. Outside of that, because we don't want to be unfair to people, we have other tournaments, which would be the Tavern Brawl tournament, so people have a chance to get points that way.
Okay.
So essentially, the more stuff that you participate in is the higher your possibility of getting points.
Well, let's hope it's not one of those bullshit random brawls tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not like Mechazard or some shit that we can't actually have a tournament for. Because if that's the case, I'll have to postpone it. Yeah, if that's the case, I'll just have to postpone it till the next week's Tavern Brawl, and I guess that will make it a little bit easier for people who haven't been able to register to actually register. So we will see.
Cool.
So you're telling me tomorrow I can start challenging people?
Yeah, after the Tavern Brawl tomorrow, yeah, because the list will be finalized. So if you want to issue a challenge, you can issue the challenge, and we'll either do it the day after or the next 2 days after. So I have to give the person time to prep.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I'm so going to challenge people.
Should be interesting. So I think that covers everything. So I'm gonna wrap the stream up here and run our outro video. So once again, thanks to Nevitz, thanks to High Hempler, thanks to the Last Bomb for all coming on, having this little discussion, going over some of the stuff, the new exciting changes that are coming to Hearthstone. And shout outs to the Hearthstone Jamaica community at large. And I guess I'll see you all on the blacklist. So until next time, keep on gaming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zalgo Cometh. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocometh.blogspot.com. See you guys later.